Don't you worry, the clip's about to begin, but don't forget to subscribe. Or else, don't make me turn this website around.
We have Jim in Hawaii. Thanks for waiting, Jim. You are on with Jimmy and Matt. How are you? Welcome to the Hang Up.
Okay, guys, great. Thanks for taking my call.
Sure.
I've got an acquaintance, was a good friend, ran into him recently. We got in a discussion on politics. And he was saying how America is so much better off having been founded by the English Puritans than, say, Africans, because they were too stupid to defend themselves. They became slaves. Look at the whole continent's a mess, et cetera, et cetera. And I didn't have a good retort to that. I was just, all I could say was I'd rather have had a country that was founded on truth than a bunch of nonsense and, burning witches and drowning people and so forth, like some of these colonies did. But, I really didn't have a good response to that, and I could sort of use a little help.
Yeah,
because
and
I
I can
will
kind of
see
see
him
why.
again at some point.
I can kind of see why, and don't get me wrong. We're going to get into this, and we're going to identify that it's racist. But I understand how people get to this particular point
He's a Trumper.
Because the view is, and the fact is, generally speaking, English Puritans were more technologically advanced than most of the Africans that you could have pointed to that were going to colonize the United States at the time. But that's a happenstance of, who had the boats and the ships and these things. African culture was far more advanced than others at different times. And none of us were so much more advanced that it would be worth calling this nation over here that doesn't have our technology to that extent as if they're stupid. I mean, it's just ridiculous. However, if the question is, look how lucky we were to be founded by English Puritans rather than African tribes, I don't see how we're lucky for that. We built the country that we could build based on all of the people here from many different nations, including Africa. Jimmy, chime in, help us out here.
Yeah,
what the hell's going on?
So, and there's also a lot of theories about the different advancements that happen in Europe, because, for example, in Europe, none of what you had to innovate for were literal natural predators. The worst thing they had in Europe was like snakes. And as we all know, St. Valentine drove them all away. So they were fine. I think that was, or is it it was St. Patrick, actually, I think it was. I don't know. So
yeah, welcome to Ireland.
But as far as the actual advancement goes, you literally have like, oh, it's a good thing that the Europeans who became more technologically advanced quicker at that specific era realized that they could go find the people who were less technologically advanced and make them actually do the physical work. But they're going to be great architects and land planners in the meantime, except for they're going to steal a lot of that from other civilizations. The only thing that you can actually credit white Europeans with is being the most innovative at thievery. And I am speaking to you as a person who can pull up my 23andMe and show you that I am marked as 100% European. I have 0.1% Ashkenazi Jewish in me, meaning the only diversity I have in me is the white kind of Jewish, and it's barely any. So
Jimmy's literally whiter than me, and I didn't know that was possible.
I feel like I'm going to get a certificate. I'm so white, so much whiter than most white people that I technically am a minority. No, that's a joke. That's a joke. Everybody chill. Everyone chill. Yeah. So it's just this outrageous and moreover than anything, you're going, oh, it's a good thing we were colonized by people whose empathy stopped at should we own other humans?
Yes.
What are we celebrating?
My thing is that,
I hear you, but I'm just saying this is what the guy's saying, and they did create actually the Puritans didn't, but they did create a nation here, and we have a Declaration of Independence and a Constitution, and it's
who built the physical
it was
stuff?
Something that stumped me.
Wait, who built the physical stuff?
I know. Well, yeah, I hear you. They did labor. I mean, that's for sure.
Yeah, we are nothing without the other nations and other nationalities, and the other people that built this country, they're who actually built it. So what your guy's favorite thing is, isn't it just great that the white people were in district management, because actually they also had the management being done by other people as well. It's just an appeal to racism, and the fact of the matter is, when it comes to race, there really isn't any significant difference between us, especially in intellectual development. If you want to go back a few hundred years and pull somebody out and time travel them forward to now from a very primitive society, as long as you start with them as a baby, nothing in the last several thousand years would prevent them from growing up intellectually the same as anybody else in our current society. It's access to opportunity. And that's what we're all fighting for on the left, and some people on the right, not as many, is to equalize everybody's access to opportunity. It's not that everybody gets to be a CEO just because they want to, but it's that nobody gets, in an ideal world, everybody has the same path to being a CEO or something better, because CEOs kind of suck often.
And
billionaire
and one
CEOs.
thing specifically with what you quoted when he said, it's better that we were founded by English Puritans because the African tribes were stupid enough to let themselves get enslaved. First of all, the intelligence of a group of people is not in any way relevant to whether or not there's a justification for enslaving them. And enslavement is not an issue of intelligence or stupidity. It's an issue of power and whether or not you are the type of situation that is more likely to brutally enslave somebody else than someone who might be hoping to resist it. So this thing is not about stupid. It's about, we had better guns, we had better ships, we came in, and these people are just trying to live their lives, and we killed them and stole them. That has nothing to do with stupid. You know what's stupid? Thinking that it had something to do with stupid. And that's the Republic.
Yeah.
Get your friend to call in. I'd love to talk to him.
Thanks, Jim. Appreciate the call.
Well,
you
appreciate the call, guys.
Anytime. You want to hang up on us, or are we going to hang
I'll
up on
bid you aloha and hang up.
Outstanding. Thank you, Jim. Appreciate
Take
it.
care. Aloha.
It is also worth noting the number of places in Africa that look way more modern and developed than current day Detroit. Just thought I'd mention that.
And it's also, I know somebody in chat mentioned this, and I didn't get your name. Sorry, or I would give you credit. But it is frustrating to have people just talk about Africa as if this massive continent with many different nations is all one thing.
Right.
Hey, thanks for checking out this clip for The Line. While you're here, hit that like button, hit subscribe, turn on notifications, and then share this with that bitter uncle of yours who loves talking about the good old days.